What's going on, chess lover? This is Maurice Bishop, and today I want to show y'all another Elshad System opening using for white. This is actually a game between Kino Lee versus Nursadov. This was back in December 8, 2016. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this was a tournament or an online thing or whatever, but I think this is something that I should show y'all. This is actually one of those openings that you might come up on if you play the Elshad system for white. If somebody plays the Dutch on you, here are some ideas. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. Um, White plays c3, e6 is played, queen a4 as always, and then f5. So like y'all might actually see this y'all might actually see this opening, and I actually in my prior playing some games or whatever, I had somebody play the Dutch on me as well. So yeah, so here are some stuff that you can do. This guy, he actually played on G4, which is something that y'all can actually do. Obviously the guy takes, and then D3. I know a lot of y'all are used to H3. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. I think the whole point of playing like something like that, like G4, it come off as like a gambit in a way. But all you're doing is like you're just switching it up. Like you don't want to move the same. I think with this guy, he didn't want to move the same move orders because they may be like, man, what type of opening you playing? Like, what is this and everything? Or he just played a gambit. I think with this game, he was trying to like switch it up and everything. But because he's very knowledgeable of the opening, he can do certain things to switch it up. So this is pretty much what he did. He just did like a gambit and everything. So we're just gonna show y'all some stuff. So let's go here though. So let's say you wanted to do H3, which is possible. You can do this and everything. Your line goes like knight catches H3. If you go knight F6, knight G5. If you go to H6, then you have to move knight catches E6. Um, which is actually very powerful because obviously the pawn can't take because this queen is pinning this on D pawn. So this is like a couple of Elshad tricks. And this is something that you need to watch out for. If your opponent decides to go b5, you can still take the pawn. And then if he decides to go c6, thinking that he's just going to, win a piece, it doesn't matter if you move your queen, he'll take your knight. And then if you move your knight, he'll take your queen. So it almost seems like black is going to win a piece, but he doesn't. He doesn't win a piece. You go queen catches b8. And now you all up in his queen side. Now you hitting the rook. So obviously black is forced to take the rook. I mean, take the queen, and then you go knight captures d8, and you take his queen, and then the king is on castle. You have a powerful rook h file open. Um, your pieces may not be totally developed, but it will be. But as you can see, your pawns are very connected. Which, if this was an end game, if you visualize all the pieces off the board except for the king and the pawns, white will actually win this end game. So just be mindful of that too. So yeah, and there's some other things too that I wanna let y'all in on. Even if after the F captures G4, if you go H3, and I've seen lines where they'll go G3. If they do go G3, you can automatically take, and then if he goes knight F6, you just go G4, simple like that. Ain't nothing changed or whatever. We're still sticking to the system. Bishop B7, D3, and if he castles, you go knight F3, and white is still good and everything. Like it's still a great position. All right. So I just wanted to show you that like little insight, sidebar, sideline, All right, y'all. So let's get with it. So after D3, right? His opponent played knight C6. All right, not bad. Knight B to D2. B6. You gotta go bishop G2 because obviously you already know if he goes B6, he's gonna go bishop B7. We already know how that goes. Um, bishop B7 is played. Then H3. No problem. He takes knight captures h3, knight f6, and then queen h4. Remember, I told you about the whole importance of the queen a4. The whole point of queen a4 is Potentially, he's gonna move over to the king side, especially when he has a rook on h file. You know, he can start a powerful attack. And usually, I always recommend that you do this if the king is already castle king side. But in this position and whatever, and because of this whole setup, it's a little bit different now because of the F5 point not being here because he played the Dutch. So this becomes very different now. And you're going to see more. So instead of Queen H4, and this is another move that y'all can do, y'all. Instead of Queen H4, somebody play, you could play Knight F4 instead of Queen H4. The whole point of Knight F4 is if he goes Bishop E7, then you have to move Knight captures E6, and then if he takes Bishop captures C6 check, he takes Queen captures C6 check, and then it's King F8, then you got Rook G1. This becomes a very powerful attack, especially if you go Queen G2, threaten a checkmate. You know, definitely when this knight, probably knight F3 would probably be the best move, because then you control this E5 square with the D4 pawn. This is just a monster, man. I love this. I love this position for white, man. I could play this all day, every day, literally, no lie. All right, y'all. So so that's something that y'all could actually look at. I'm gonna put all the annotations on in the description box, y'all. So y'all ain't gotta worry. All right, so Queen H4. This is what he played, right? So Bishop E7. All right, we got it. All right. So this is another thing, and I have to. And I know I'm giving y'all a lot of stuff, though. I'm giving y'all a lot of stuff, but stuff that I gotta really, cause I'm telling you, man. People in videos is not gonna elaborate on it. They're not gonna really talk about it, but I have to talk about it because there might be a times where they don't go Bishop E7. There might be times where they go G6, you know, because they want to feign shadow. Because, you know, like in the Dutch or whatever, you get certain positions where you will go G6 when you play in the Dutch, and most opponents might play something like this. So that's why I want y'all to really listen carefully on this. Though, if they go G6, play your regular style, Knight F1, as always. If Bishop G7, you go Bishop A6 automatically, and then obviously if you castle, you take the dark square Bishop. He takes Knight G5. The whole point is you're threatening Queen H6 check, and then also threatening knight captures H7. Now, if black decides to come to queen knight H5, now I've heard of people saying just go rook G1. I don't recommend that. For me, I like to keep it simple and plain, simple as that. And my recommendation is just go knight G3. You ain't gotta make nothing complicated. Just go knight G3, like for real. Because you're already threatening knight captures h5, and this black king is going to be wide open. So it doesn't really matter what he does. But let's say if black takes, you just go queen catches h7 check. The only move he could go is king f6, and then you just go f catches g3. And obviously, he's kind of forced to take that knight. Or maybe he don't got to take the knight. He just going to get mated. But he'll take queen h4 check, and then if he goes king f5, queen f4 check the mate. So that's definitely look out for that though. I just want to give y'all little patterns, you know, get y'all like really comfortable like looking at these things when y'all playing the Elshad system. I gotta get y'all to keep looking, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep showing y'all certain variations. So pay attention to the patterns that I'm showing you, you know what I mean? All right, y'all. So let's say Bishop B7, right? You got Knight G5, right? So Knight G5, and then obviously his opponent played Knight A5. But let's look back at something. So suppose if he goes H6. If he goes H6, then you have Knight E4. And then if he castle, then you can just go Queen G3. Now you're probably wondering like, well, he could take the knight. Well, that's okay. If he takes the knight, we go Knight capture G5. And then if he goes Knight A5, you know, trying to exchange this on Knight square bishop, doesn't matter. We'll go Queen H2. There is no defense for Queen H8 at all. Simple as that. And black will lose. All right. So y'all can actually try to look at that for yourselves. Y'all can try to defend as much as possible, but you're not gonna find a way to stop this mate at all. Simple as that. All right. So knight a5. But I just showed y'all something what happens if he goes a6. But let's say knight a5. E4 is what the Kennel Leaf played. He played e4, which is also good too. and it's necessary. It's pretty nice and strong. But let's say y'all go bishop catches b7. If you go bishop catches b7, then knight will takes, and then you got queen g3. If castles, knight c4, knight c5, then queen h5, because now you're hitting this three times with knight h7, the queen, and then a rook behind it. So this becomes a direct threat. And then if he goes a6, you just got the move d4. If he takes, you just go knight e5. And there's literally no way you can stop this mate on h8. Even if you go g4, h8 checkmate. All right, but there's another position. If instead of taking bishop catches b7, you got moves like knight d e4. So, and this is why I like the Elshad system, because this really doesn't matter. If you understand the position, it really doesn't matter which variation you choose because it'll work. So, like even with this variation, knight d to e4. With knight d to e4, if he goes a6, you got knight captures f6, and if bishop captures, queen h5 check. If king e7, queen f7 check, and if he goes king d6, you got bishop f4 check, king e5, pawn e5, and then bishop catches b7, knight catches b7, bishop catches e5, and if bishop catches e5, then you got queen g6, and then this is where it gets cold. Queen f6, and then knight e4 check, and black could actually resign because he's going to win this queen off, and then later on he'll get mated somehow. Simple as that. All right, y'all. So certain variations to look at. All right. So after e4, this is what Keno Leaf played. Knight c6 is what he played, and then e5. Knight catches e5, and then bishop catches b7. Now I do want to elaborate on something real quick. Um, for all y'all, because I know I'm gonna get somebody's gonna comment and they're gonna say a whole bunch of stuff. After e5, y'all may be like, well, knight d5, may be better. Okay, let's go through this. So if knight d5, we still got knight d to e4, and if knight captures e5, we got queen g3, because we're not only defending the d3 point, but we're also attacking the knight on e5. So if knight f7, we got rook catches h7. Rook catches a7. So obviously you don't want to go knight catches e5 because we're going to take this rook off. So the rook is actually forced, or I ain't gonna say forced, but in a way he kind of is forced unless he's gonna let me win this rook on or let me win this g7 pawn. If he goes rook g8, yeah, y'all, it's gonna be not really good. So rook catches a7, knight catches a7. If bishop f6, knight e catches f6, g catches f6, bishop catches d5, bishop catches d5, and then queen g6. And this becomes a problem because now we're threatening knight catches f6 check, also hitting the light square bishop. But also, really, what we're really trying to do is we want to get this dark square bishop out too, but at the right time. But white has a pretty much a unpleasant gift for the Black King. So just saying. But y'all can look at that on yourself. I know it's a lot of variations, whatever, but I just want to make sure that I'm giving it to y'all straight and direct. All right. So bishop catches b7, knight catches d3 check, king e2, knight catches c1 check, rook a catches c1, rook b8, bishop e4, queen c8, bishop g6 check. Obviously, y'all see that the h pawn can't capture that because the rook will be dropped. All right. So h captures g6, and this is another thing, y'all. Cause y'all probably like, wow, he still took. All right. So let's say this. So even if he does go king f8, right, he still has rook c to g1, and if he goes a6, we got knight f7. And then it's rook g8, queen f4, d6, and then knight catches a6. If he takes, then you got queen catches a6, and then of course really the only move he could really do is rook g7. But then we got bishop h5, and this is just All I can say, man, this is just nasty, nasty. Very, 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 very nasty. Which is all I'm saying. So, so yeah, y'all could actually check that out on your own and everything. But the whole point is, even if he does do this and everything, you do have this rook catches h5. You still threaten the same thing. Even if you do come here, which still really don't mean nothing because you take with a check. This is just oh man, this is just nasty. I'm just oh man, I don't know. That's just nasty to me. Anyway, ace catches g6. Uh, queen catches h8 check. Bishop f8. Rook h7. Now look at this, y'all. And a lot of y'all may get a position like this, but I don't recommend rook h7. I really don't, because the whole point is knight captures. Um, I don't know, y'all. I just I don't really recommend it though. Don't the only thing I really recommend is knight h7, not rook h7. The whole point is we're threatening queen captures f8. If he decides to go king f7, we have knight captures f6. And then if king captures f6, we have rook c to g1. If king goes to e7, then we have queen h4 check. And if he goes king d6, we have rook captures g6. And this is pretty pleasant for white. White will win this, and it's just keeping it simple and easy. So, but I'm gonna still show y'all what this guy played. I personally, um, I don't recommend this at all. Uh, I was kind of looking at it like, okay, I was looking at it like, well, he could just still take knight captures, and his knight captures with threatening queen captures, f8, but he still got king e7. And then I was looking through the engine. The engine say C4, but even with that, I don't see any direct threat with this move at all. It's not like I have that much pieces close to the king either. So um, I don't get this at all. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I really don't understand this position. I wouldn't even do this. Yes, I believe White was winning with the knight h7. I believe doing this first was winning, and Black is in trouble. White will win this game easily. That's just me. This is something that I would play. Knight h7, knight rook h7. That didn't make any sense to me. But this guy still won because the guy never took. So I'm gonna show you what happened. He plays rook h7. He goes king e7. His opponent goes rook catcher g7. He goes king d6. Now this is the thing. If bishop catches g7, then you'll get a position like queen catches g7 check. If he goes king d6, you got queen catches f6, right? So if king c6, he's trying to run away. You go queen f3, and then if he goes, oh my bad, y'all. Um, yeah, if he goes queen f3, right, and he goes d5, and you go c4, you still got king b7, and if c captures, he takes queen catches d5 check. Queen f7, queen c7, and then queen captures g6. White actually has an advantage. White is going to win this game. He has two minor pieces, which is the knight. He's actually up two pieces, and he has a rook, and he has a pass pawn that can easily we can easily get this up to the eighth rank. So white will win this game. I don't see why not. But but yeah, y'all. So rook captures on e7. I mean g7, king d6, rook f7, knight d5, queen h2 check. As you see, he just cutting off his lines real quick. As you see, and then you see how the rook is covering these seventh rank. As you can see, so which is beautiful. King c6, king d1, um, queen g2, king d6, and then knight g to e4 check, and then king e5, and then knight c4 checkmate. Now the crazy part is I was wondering why the king didn't go to c6 again. That was something that I know why, because of C4. That's the reason why. That is the reason why. Yeah, he definitely will lose. So it didn't even matter. He'll make the game longer with that, but I see why. All right, y'all. So I hope y'all actually enjoyed this video. I know I gave y'all a lot of variation, little sideline notes and things like that, but I really, really want y'all to really be successful with the Elshad system. It is a beautiful opening, man. Not too many people know it. You can easily tear your opponent down with this opening. It is crazy. It is a crazy opening, man. I'm just gotta get that off my chest, man. It's a crazy opening, and I love it, man. And I beat a lot of strong players with it. So like I said, if y'all like this video, please like, please share, please comment. Let me know what y'all think of this video. And also, y'all, don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. All right, y'all. Be blessed, y'all. Be safe. Definitely from that coronavirus, y'all. Definitely be safe out there. Just be safe and life is too short and everything. So definitely stick close to your family and everything. No drama and just get along and be kind and play more chess and study more so we can get better. All right, y'all. Peace.